Chosen one, imagine a darkened room where the silence feels heavier than stone, and suddenly a single beam of light pierces through the darkness, revealing a truth hidden from you for too long. That is where you are standing right now. The air you breathe is thick with secrets, the kind of secrets that make your skin crawl because they were never meant to be uncovered by you. And yet, here you are, on the edge of revelation. God has whispered something that the world doesn't want you to hear. Your doctor is not telling you the truth. Think about the moments you've trusted them. The sterile room, the white coat, the carefully chosen words designed to sound reassuring but hollow. They speak with authority, but your soul has felt uneasy. You've walked out of appointments carrying more confusion than clarity, sensing something they are withholding. This is not paranoia. It is spiritual discernment. God Himself is pulling back the veil. The truth is that not every answer given to you is for your healing. Some are crafted to keep you dependent, controlled, or even silent. You're not here by accident. You've been guided to this moment. This video is not just another voice. It's a divine interruption. Write 99 in the comments. It's time to release your wish to the universe. Let your warmest wishes flow, because when you release them, heaven aligns with your faith. And if your spirit woke up while listening, don't scroll away. Like this video. Subscribe now. You belong here. The energy moving through these words is not ordinary. It is a direct confirmation that your life, your body, your health, your truth are being reclaimed. You've been told half stories, diluted answers, and carefully measured truths. But why? Because the truth, if revealed in full, would set you free. A healed and awakened chosen one cannot be controlled. A healed chosen one cannot be manipulated. A healed chosen one rises, and when you rise, you break chains not only for yourself, but for your family, your lineage, and everyone connected to you. That is why the truth has been hidden behind the mask of professionalism, the polished lies of a system built not on healing, but on keeping you bound. God says enough. He is exposing every hidden agenda, every unspoken word, every diagnosis designed to paralyze your hope instead of activate your faith. Listen carefully. The uneasy feeling in your chest when they spoke, the restless nights after you left their office, the tug in your spirit that said, "This isn't right." Those were not random. That was God shaking you awake. That was the holy whisper telling you to prepare for something greater than the prescription, greater than the diagnosis, greater than the lies. This is your moment of confrontation. The truth is dangerous to those who profit from your silence. The truth is threatening to those who want you weak. But for you, chosen one, the truth is freedom, and God is delivering it right now, whether they want it revealed or not. The room shakes when truth enters, chosen one. Picture yourself standing in a hallway where every door is shut, each labeled with words like diagnosis, treatment, prescription. You open one door and hear only rehearsed phrases, mechanical responses, words designed to numb your heart. But then another door begins to glow with a light no human hand can dim. That door is opening for you now, and inside it lies the message that your doctor has not spoken. the reality that cannot be written on paper, the revelation they are too afraid to admit. You were never meant to be trapped by their words. Every system thrives when you are obedient, quiet, and unquestioning. They place their authority on a pedestal, expecting you to bow to their letters and degrees. But you are not ordinary. You are chosen, and your spirit has always resisted false authority. That is why you have felt unsettled in their presence. That is why something in your heart whispered, "There's more." You carry within you the undeniable ability to feel what cannot be seen. They may control the charts, but they cannot control your destiny. They may control the medication, but they cannot silence your miracles. Listen carefully. The reason God is warning you about this now is because He knows you are ready to awaken. The system has built walls around you, convincing you that health belongs only in their hands. But healing, true healing, does not come from hidden agendas. Healing comes from truth, and God is truth. When He says your doctor is not telling you the truth, He is not merely exposing their silence. He is inviting you to walk out of the cage they built around your mind. Do you understand the magnitude of this? The enemy wants you to remain passive, nodding along while your spirit is suffocating. But your silence is breaking today. You are not just another patient, another statistic, another file in their drawer. You are a divine creation whose body carries light, whose soul carries purpose, whose destiny cannot be erased by a prescription. That is why the deception stings so deeply. It is because you were never meant to accept less than truth. Chosen one, every hidden lie you've been told is now unraveling. The words they spoke to you with a straight face, the assurances that felt cold, the treatment plans that led you in circles, all of it is collapsing under the weight of God's revelation. He is peeling back layers, exposing motives, shining light where they built shadows. You may have felt small in that office, but hear me. You are not small. You are vast. You are powerful. And the truth rising inside you cannot be caged. The moment you recognize this, you begin to reclaim your power. Your body listens when you speak life. Your soul responds when you embrace truth. And every lie that was spoken over you begins to lose its grip. What they refuse to tell you is that your story is not in their hands. It's in God's hands. And His hands are never trembling, never uncertain, never withholding. Imagine the scene, chosen one. The doctor's office is quiet, but inside you, a storm rages. You hear the calm voice explaining, prescribing, instructing, but behind those words, your spirit detects another sound, the sound of chains clinking, chains that were never meant for you. That moment you felt something wasn't right was not weakness. It was your inner compass, your divine warning system, alerting you that truth was being dressed up as safety, that comfort was being used as a mask. God says the mask is coming off. Why would God allow you to hear this message today? Because He knows how long you've carried doubts. He knows the nights you lay awake replaying their words, questioning if you were losing your mind for not fully believing them. You weren't crazy. You were chosen. The chosen always see through illusions. The chosen always feel the weight of lies pressing against their soul, and while the world says, trust them blindly, your heart keeps saying, seek the light. That tension you felt has been divine training, preparing you to see beyond the surface. Think back on how they spoke to you. Were their eyes steady, or did they dart away? Did their explanations soothe you, or leave you with more questions than before? The truth is simple. Deception never brings peace. Manipulation never heals. God is shaking you awake to recognize that your healing is not in words meant to pacify you, but in the truth that empowers you. That truth does not come from rehearsed scripts. It comes from divine alignment. Chosen one, there is a reason your faith feels like it is stretching right now. It's because you are being asked to trust God's word over man's word, to stand firm even when the white coat insists on the opposite, to believe in your destiny even when charts and papers tell you otherwise. Remember this: systems are built to protect themselves, not you. But heaven is built to protect you even when the system tries to silence you. You've been told you're fragile. You've been told you're dependent. You've been told you can't live without their plans, their drugs, their directions. But God says otherwise. He says, you are stronger than they know. You are destined for more than their control. This moment is not just about medical truths. It's about spiritual awakening. You are being called to trust the whisper of God over the voice of man, to follow the stirring in your heart more than the instructions written on paper. And here lies the fire. The doctor may see you as one thing, but God sees you as something greater. They may see a body to be treated, but God sees a warrior rising. They may see a patient bound, but God sees a chosen one unchained. And no degree, no authority, no system can hold you when God Himself has spoken the truth. The lights flicker in the story of your life, chosen one, and you stand in the middle of a stage where two voices battle for your attention. One voice is polished, rehearsed, heavy with authority. It tells you to accept, to obey, to surrender to what is being said. The other voice, softer but undeniable, vibrates deep in your chest. That is the voice of God, and it is stronger than every lie spoken to you. Right now, He is declaring that your doctor has not told you the whole truth. You have walked into their office vulnerable, hoping for answers, but instead you received words crafted like cages. The test results, the explanations, the carefully chosen vocabulary, all of it was presented to you as if it were the final word. But tell me, chosen one, who holds the final word? Not them, never them. The final word belongs to the one who created your body, your mind, and your spirit. The final word belongs to God, and He says you are not defined by their reports. Let the truth sink in. Deception thrives where trust is blind. You trusted because you wanted healing, but healing does not come through half-truths. Healing comes through light, and light cannot be hidden forever. Every hidden agenda will be revealed. Every withheld fact will come to the surface. Every unspoken warning will find its way to your ears. That's why you are here. You were drawn to this very moment because your destiny cannot remain in shadows. Chosen one, you are not just fighting for your body, you are fighting for your spirit. The enemy wants you weak, because a weak chosen one cannot fulfill destiny. But you are breaking that script. You are refusing to bow to manipulation. And as you rise, every lie spoken over you begins to crumble. The chains of fear fall off. The fog of confusion clears, and suddenly, what once felt like control now looks like desperation. They need you to stay asleep. God needs you awake, and awake is what you are becoming. Do you feel it? The pull in your spirit, the undeniable fire stirring inside. That's the confirmation that the words you were told are not the end. It is proof that a new chapter is already opening. You are stepping into a reality where truth cannot be denied. Your healing is not in their secrecy. It is in God's revelation. Your hope is not in their restraint. It is in divine overflow. And once you see this clearly, you can never unsee it. So rise. Stand taller than the words that tried to shrink you. Lift your head higher than the lies that tried to bury you. Know this, the truth may shock you, but it will also set you free. You were not meant to live under manipulation. You were meant to rise as proof that God always has the final say. The silence between sentences often speaks louder than the words themselves. Chosen one. Think back. How many times did you feel the weight of what was not said? The hesitation, the vague reassurances, the way they avoided your eyes when the questions cut too deep. That silence was not care. That silence was concealment. And now God is making sure you see it clearly. You were not created to be a passive receiver of half-truths. You were created to be a vessel of divine clarity. When lies enter your space, your spirit knows. When deception touches your path, your soul pushes back. That inner resistance, that stirring in your heart, is not weakness. It is spiritual intelligence. It is proof that your connection to God is stronger than their authority. Chosen one, when God said your doctor is not telling you the truth, he was not just exposing a person, he was exposing a system. A system built to keep you relying on their words instead of his voice. A system that thrives on keeping the chosen in chains of fear and dependence. But your story is not theirs to write. You are breaking the cycle. You are reclaiming your right to hear truth, to live truth, to embody truth. The lies they told you do not have the power to decide your destiny. They can predict, but they cannot define. They can diagnose, but they cannot decree. Only God decrees. And his decree over your life is not confusion but clarity, not bondage but freedom, not sickness but healing. That is why you've been restless. That is why you've been searching, because deep down, you already knew their words did not align with your spirit. This chapter of your life is not about blind obedience. It's about conscious awakening. You are being called to rise, to discern, to trust the divine whisper over the practiced tone of men. Their silence cannot silence you. Their authority cannot erase your destiny. Their lies cannot bury the truth God has placed inside you. And so you walk forward, carrying a light that exposes shadows, carrying a strength that cannot be shaken. You may not have all the answers yet, but you have the one truth that matters most. God will always reveal what man tries to hide. The air is thick with revelation, chosen one. You can almost feel it pressing against your chest, the weight of truth that has been hidden from you. Think of the countless times you sat in that cold room, staring at walls painted to calm you, while their words quietly chipped away at your trust. They spoke as if they carried all authority, but the silence of God in your heart was louder. That silence said, "Something is not right." And now that whisper has grown into thunder. They told you what they wanted you to believe, not what you needed to hear. They handed you fragments of truth, hoping you would never see the whole picture. But what happens when a chosen one awakens? What happens when you start questioning, when you start seeing, when you stop obeying their every word? The system trembles, because they know a chosen one, once awakened, cannot be controlled. Understand this clearly. God does not reveal lies to punish you. He reveals them to free you. If you were meant to stay blind, you would not be here listening now. You would not be feeling this fire rise in your chest, this demand for more than empty words. No, you are here because your destiny is colliding with revelation. You are stepping out of dependence and into divine clarity. Chosen one, the world around you may dismiss these stirrings. They may say, "It's just worry," or "Trust the process," but you know better. You know that unease is not weakness, it is discernment. You know that restlessness is not fear, it is a call to awaken, a call to break free from words meant to bind you, a call to finally see that your life has never been in their hands. It has always been in God's. Every lie spoken to you is losing its grip. Every false word is falling powerless at your feet. And in its place, truth is rising like a dawn that cannot be stopped. You were never meant to accept less than divine clarity. You were never meant to carry chains disguised as care. You were meant to rise, to shine, to walk in truth so radiant that it blinds every shadow around you. Chosen one, imagine the moment when a curtain is ripped open, and behind it stands everything they swore you weren't ready to see. That's where you are right now. You are standing at the threshold of exposure. God has pulled back the veil, and the reality staring at you is undeniable. The words spoken to you in that office were not the full truth. Think carefully. Every time they reassured you, why did your chest tighten instead of relax? Why did you leave feeling heavier instead of lighter? Because your spirit was decoding the deception. God wired you to sense when truth is absent. That uneasy pulse in your heart, the racing thoughts after appointments, the quiet voice saying, "This doesn't sit right." Those were all divine alerts, not paranoia, not fear, but protection. The system counts on you doubting yourself. They count on you silencing that inner voice and replacing it with theirs. But chosen one, you cannot be silenced anymore. Your body knows the truth. Your soul knows the truth. And most importantly, your Creator has already confirmed it. The truth hidden by man is being revealed by God. This awakening isn't only about health, it's about destiny. Because if they can keep you weak, they can keep you distracted. And if you're distracted, you cannot rise into your full purpose. That is why the deception has been so heavy, why the lies have felt endless. It wasn't just about keeping you sick. It was about keeping you small. But you are not small. You are vast, radiant, and unstoppable once you walk in alignment with truth. Chosen one, you are learning to trust the whisper over the noise, to trust the fire in your chest more than the calm tone of deception, to trust God's confirmation more than any paper, chart, or prescription. That trust is your weapon. That trust is your shield. And with it, you are breaking through the barriers they set around you. Every hidden word is collapsing. Every lie that was meant to bind you is burning to ash. And in its place, a new clarity is rising, one that no system, no authority, no voice can steal from you again. The atmosphere is shifting around you, chosen one. You may not see it with your eyes, but your spirit feels it. The heaviness lifting, the veil thinning, the chains beginning to crack. What you've been sensing for so long is finally finding words. Your doctor was never giving you the whole story. And now, that hidden truth is no longer safe in the shadows. Think about the patterns. How often were you told to wait and see? How many times did they deflect your questions? How many times did you feel the weight of an answer missing from their explanations? That wasn't oversight. That wasn't a mistake. That was intentional silence. And silence can be louder than any diagnosis. God says their silence speaks volumes, and you have finally been given ears to hear it. Chosen one, you are not powerless in this revelation. You are not a victim of their restraint. You are the one who carries light into dark rooms, the one who unmasks what others hide. That is why you feel this inner fire. It is the ignition of your divine discernment. They wanted you to doubt yourself, but instead, you are learning to trust yourself more deeply. You are learning to recognize that your alignment with God is stronger than their authority. And here is what must be understood. The lies were not designed to simply mislead you. They were designed to strip away your confidence, to make you surrender your voice, to ensure you would never question again. But chosen one, you are questioning. You are rising. You are refusing to accept what does not resonate with your soul. And every time you do, the system trembles, because you were never supposed to wake up like this. Your awakening is dangerous to their agenda. A chosen one who can see through deception is unstoppable. A chosen one who listens to God over man becomes unshakable. That is who you are becoming right now. This moment is more than exposure. It is empowerment. You are not just discovering their lies. You are reclaiming your truth. The path forward is not one of fear, but of clarity. You will no longer walk into those rooms feeling small. You will no longer leave questioning your worth. You will step in with the authority of someone who knows their destiny cannot be rewritten by anyone in a white coat. And every word spoken to you that did not align with truth will dissolve under the light of God's revelation. Chosen one, the moment has come. The lights have dimmed on every false stage. The curtain has fallen on every performance, and the masks of deception are cracking before your very eyes. God is not whispering anymore. He is thundering. Your doctor is not telling the truth. And now that you know, you cannot go back to who you were before. The weight of this truth is not here to crush you. It is here to liberate you. You've spent years walking into rooms that looked sterile but felt suffocating. You've sat in chairs where their words dripped like honey but stung like poison. You've trusted their tone but doubted their spirit. And now all of it makes sense. The unease in your chest, the restless nights, the quiet voice urging you to look deeper. It was never fear. It was God's protection. He was preparing you for this very awakening. Understand this. When God reveals a lie, it's because your destiny has outgrown it. You are no longer a vessel that can be filled with their half-truths. You are a flame, and their silence only fuels your fire. They may have thought their authority was enough to bury you under compliance, but what they didn't understand is that the chosen cannot be buried. The chosen rise, even from the ashes of deception, and that is exactly what you are doing now. This revelation is not just about medicine, reports, or diagnoses. It is about power. The power to discern, the power to reclaim, the power to say, I will not be silenced by your omissions. The system thrives when you obey without question, when you walk out of those doors defeated. But that chapter is over. God has torn the veil, and the truth is no longer optional. It is blazing, undeniable, and standing in front of you like a doorway. Step through it, chosen one. Do not hesitate. Do not think you are alone in this moment. Every chosen soul who has ever walked the earth has faced a similar trial, the realization that not every voice can be trusted, that not every authority holds truth. But what sets you apart is that you listened. You didn't push aside the whispers. You didn't numb the restlessness. You dared to believe that maybe God was speaking directly to you, and He was. From this day forward, you will not look at their words the same way. You will not hand them your trust so easily. You will weigh every sentence against the fire burning in your spirit. You will measure every silence against the roar of God's confirmation. And when the two do not align, you will know without a shadow of doubt, the truth has already chosen you. Chosen one, stand tall. This is not the end. It is the beginning. You have been given sight that cannot be dimmed, discernment that cannot be silenced, and authority that cannot be taken away. You are walking into a new season where lies lose their grip, where shadows scatter at your presence, where your destiny is written not by men in coats, but by the hand of God Himself. The truth has come for you, and it is here to stay. Walk boldly, live fearlessly, rise powerfully, for you are chosen, and chosen ones cannot be deceived forever. The time of awakening is here, and nothing, no system, no voice, no silence can stop the truth that God has planted inside of you.